Hello there, YouTube. I am Necrostevo, and I'm here today to explain in brief, should you let your kid play Pokémon Champions on their Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2. Now this will be a video that briefly goes over kind of what Pokémon Champions is and gives you a high level understanding of why your kid can play or shouldn't play this game. Of course, this is a game that is available on Nintendo Switch 2 and the Nintendo Switch, and if you need to even go and look up anything about it, you can actually find that on the Nintendo eShop. And you could watch me here. I go to the eShop, and then right now it's over here and it's on the featured list. However, if it is not featured for you, you can simply type Champions here in the search bar and search it up, and it will be the first result. Now right away, should your child be playing this game, Pokémon Champions is actually free to play, and it is rated E for everyone. So anyone by the ESRB, which is the ratings board that independently looks at these games to see if they're appropriate for different age groups to play, by their rating, anyone can play this game. You can see that the only thing that's on here is mild fantasy violence, and that's because in some of the animations for the game, Pokemon are getting hit or struck physically or by beams or physical attacks, but it's a cartoon. So that is just some very basic information there. Of course, I would say that basic reading ability is needed to play this game, and so if your child is of age to where they can't really read that well or do context clues on their own, that is absolutely something to take in mind and keep in mind with this game. But you can see once I have downloaded the game and I go into it, it just brings me right to the game. And once I click start, it launches the game, and it doesn't really go into a lot of other things. That is because this game is just a battle simulator. So in Pokémon Champions, you have the ability to either battle other trainers, and that is it. There are different formats to battle other trainers. There is a degree of customization and changing your cosmetics and unlocking different cosmetics and things like that, but it is purely a battle simulator. And when I say battle simulator, what does that even mean? It allows you, the player, to put your Pokemon against other players' Pokemon. You can change things here that are just cosmetic, but it is only a battle simulator. So there are fortunately a large number of things in this battle simulator to help out new players and old players alike understand how to proceed and how to change their teams and things like that around. Now, some of the pros to Pokemon Champions that I want to go over with you briefly are that this game will automatically load you in to choose your birthday when you first started. So you can see actually on my profile here that you can see like just basic information about my trainer, and also I can control what other players can see. Pokemon Champions on its own does not allow for the players to specifically interact with other players. So while I can battle other players and I can block other players in case I don't want to have a battle against them, there's no messaging on this platform. There's no video chat on this platform. Sometimes if you have, I'd say the option allowed for your ability to be able to see other players' names or their nicknames on their Pokemon, there might be some colorful characters or things named here and there. But really there is, and for you parents as well, you can even turn off your profile and make it not public so that other players can't see it. So there's some degree of control within the game itself, but also if you have a Nintendo Switch 2 or on the Nintendo Switch, if you go over to your system settings, you can set parental controls, and there's even a video in here for you to go in and understand what these parentals are and what they can do. Because on the Nintendo Switch 2, there is game chat. So if you are wanting to monitor more specifically what your child is doing on their platform, just primarily make sure that they're not using the game chat without your supervision, because that's completely outside of Pokemon Champions, and they could talk or interact with other people through the game chat. And that can be up and running while someone is playing on Pokemon Champions. Now, other pros here that I want to talk about is that Pokemon Champions is completely free to play. That means you as the parent, you don't have to drop a single dime in order for your child to play this game. And especially with younger players, that might be a great thing. Now the game, like I mentioned before, it does do age gating. And so if I put in my birthday as a certain date, Pokemon Champions and the official Play Pokemon formats split things into juniors, seniors, and masters. So junior division is if the player is born on or after 2013. Senior division is born between 2009 and 2012, and Masters division right now is born in or before 2008. So myself, you can probably tell from my voice, I was born after 2008. No, I was not. I don't know why I said that. I was born before 2008. Trying to give you all baby Necrostevo here. And so you all can tell that I'd be in the Masters division. But that serves two purposes. Number one, they'd be playing against players of a similar developmental level. But also, it just allows there to be separate pools for different players, which is really great. The other thing that's nice about Pokemon Champions is, if your child has no other Pokemon, they can actually use just Champions. It has a recruit mode here, which I will demonstrate briefly. You can see that I can meet a whole new lineup of Pokemon, and I can do this for free once a day. And you can just recruit a Pokemon. The tutorials in the game also allow you to specifically go through and meet a bunch of Pokemon just within the game itself, which I think is fantastic. And when you recruit a Pokemon, this is a temporary thing, unless you use some in-game currency to make it more permanent. So I'm just looking through at the different Pokemon here, and right now I am fine with recruiting this cutie right here. So we're gonna do a recruit on my Lodic here. So wonderful. And so you can see that it just allowed me to go in there and pick a Pokemon for the day, and then now I have access to that Pokemon for 7 days. You can make those recruits permanent in case your child gets attached to the Pokemon, and you can do that with in-game tickets, which are called you have like quick tickets to actually view a whole new set of Pokemon. You have your training tickets, which are used to train one Pokemon without using the in-game currency, and then you also have the recruitment tickets here in case you want to recruit a Pokemon permanently. Now, on top of everything that I've already talked about, we've talked a little bit about the accessibility for different things, the ability for different age groups to be matched up with each other. We did talk about security with the parental controls on the Switch, but that is one downside that I will mention, is that with this game, while you can do everything completely free to play, if your child has already been playing Pokemon Go or any of the previously released Pokemon Switch titles, and that's going to include Scarlet and Violet, it would include Sword and Shield, it would include Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, or Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. If your child has been playing any of those, they probably already have some Pokemon that they've been using. And so you can see here when I go to my box, you can see a variety of different Pokemon that I have access to. Now, the base game, you can only keep 30 Pokemon in Pokemon Home. To increase that, you'd have to buy the starter pack. That's something that is a cost, and I will show that to you here. You can see that it is separate from the game. And so that's $6.99. But what does the starter pack even do? If you come down here, it will actually explain it to you. And that is, bloop. When you buy that starter pack, it will give you more slots to have your Pokemon. It will also come with a number of customization features such as additional music and also additional tickets. So you have your teammate tickets for recruiting, you have 50 training tickets for training, and you get the songs for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee for the battles there. So if you think that your child is going to be playing a little bit more, this is actually a very good value. But it's a good value because of the extra slots that you get for things. The other thing that is kind of a positive and a negative for Pokemon Champions is I mentioned that there are ranked modes and there's casual modes. Anyone can play in casual battles, and it doesn't affect anything. Well, actually, it's a video game, so it doesn't affect anything anyway. But in casual modes, for your child, they can play in casual battles, and your rank won't go up or down. You can lose as many as you want, and you won't actually lose anything. However, you won't gain any VP. Up at the top here, you can see my VP, and there's this battle pass as well. If you aren't playing in ranked battle, you won't be progressing on those tracks. Now the nice thing is that there is a free battle pass, and it tells you how long you have to get all the way through the battle pass. And as a parent, you can even look ahead to see, oh, what are they earning? What is the purpose of this? You can see if there's icons, or if it's cosmetics, or if it's actually items that the people playing would be utilizing in battle. You can see here on this free track, I can get access to Pokemon, Mega Stones, and training tickets and teammate tickets to recruit. Also, when you win on ranked battles, you actually gain VP for winning. If you lose, you still get a small amount of VP for losing on ranked, but winning or losing in casual will not give you anything, and winning and losing in private battles will not give you anything. But that is really the double-sided sort of things. Now, there's a great opportunity for you to do this with your child. If you both have Nintendo Switches, for example, or if you only have one Nintendo Switch and you have multiple profiles on that Switch, you and your child can be playing and battling alongside each other. And then if you don't know how to load up different profiles, you can actually do that here in the menu. So you just have to go to users and add users. Here, of course, I only play on my Switch by myself, so I'm the only user on here. But that's just another thing for you to do as a family. And Pokemon and their Play Pokemon events are much bigger than just Pokemon Champions. This is the newest one. But maybe one of you plays Pokemon Go. Maybe the other one plays Let's Go Pikachu still. And maybe the other one's interested in Champions. One of you might be playing the trading card game. There is a big family aspect to Pokemon that can be really enjoyable if that's something that you want to get into with your kids. Or if you notice that that's something your kids are doing, and maybe you want to learn more about it. Now here in the menu here, you notice that I can do training and go to do battle tutorials. Now this is something that every single Pokemon trainer, whether you're a child or an adult, a veteran, a newbie, everyone should come in to do these battle tutorials, because this game not only explains how to do different formats and the different things in the game, but you can see that it rewards me with a number of different things just for going through the tutorial. I have only played a couple of battles, so I haven't had that much VP yet, but I have enough VP to go back in and purchase a lot of different in-game things to try out different options. The other thing that's nice is that this game supports replica teams, and that allows you, if you have the Pokemon already in Pokemon Champions, to just utilize the replica teams to replicate what someone else has already done. And you can do this by having the code from the team. Now you do have to have the Pokemon. So you can't just use the replica team and then get access to that Pokemon. But once you have either recruited it or brought it over from another game, then that's another way to kind of quickly get into the game. Now, I won't get into the training aspect because for younger audiences, of course, that might be something that they need your help with, but you have the ability to train your Pokemon and kind of customize them to the team. The other thing that's nice is that there's this little auto team build option down here, and you can just click on that and it will build you a team, and it'll just make it based off of what's there and what you have unlocked. So here it says with this option you can have a ranked battle team ready built for you using Pokemon and items you currently have. Now there is a large degree of customization between the items, the Pokemon, their moves, their nature, their ability, and the values in each of those stats. However, for those of you beginning with your journey here, I highly encourage use that auto team build. Just get used to playing the game, and if you're worried about going into ranked, you can just do casual battles to try some different things out. So really, should your child play Pokemon Champions? I would say that the answer is yes. It is a free-to-play game, and you legitimately do not need to spend money on it in order to have fun with it, in order to recruit Pokemon and train them up and do things. It has a great number of tutorials to not only teach new players, but maybe even the parents want to learn about what is going on the screen. But think of it more like a chess match. You're trying to position your Pokemon to be effective against your opponent's Pokemon. Now, you are battling and playing against actual players. There is no storyline here. There is no overarching narrative other than do your best. So the meat here is really just the battles. So if you don't think that your child is a type of person who's going to enjoy that, then this might be the type of thing that you skip. However, there is a lot of good that can be had here. Learning about competitiveness, learning about trying things that you like to do. It might even just be learning your own style and your wardrobe and different cosmetics and things like that. There's just so much that can be discovered here for young audiences, and it's all stuff that is generally pretty wholesome. Now again, there is a much more robust experience by either buying the starter pack or paying for the monthly home subscription. But I don't think that those are necessary in order to have fun with Pokemon Champions. Parents, I do want you to note that Pokemon Champions will be available for mobile as well in the future. But that's just another way that your child can interact with this platform. So I hope that this was useful as far as just getting an understanding around what is Pokemon Champions, should my child be playing it. But between all the different parental controls and all the ways that the game tutorializes and teaches your child about how to play this game, I think that it is well worth you and your child looking at this together. Not only able to help double down on the very lessons that you're probably already teaching them, as far as just how to read, how to understand how different things can interact against each other. Like, oh yeah, I have on my fire type, so maybe I should use my water type. But this game is really, really smart about how it presents things for new players and old players alike. So I absolutely wholeheartedly suggest that you get into this game with your child. And past that, look at play Pokemon events near you. I have really enjoyed going to those and seeing a variety of different age groups at them, at all different levels and stages of development, reading ability, learning about the trading card game, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Champions, and the different games. So be sure to let me know if you have any questions. I am going to actively monitor this comment section in case parents do have questions about different aspects of the game. And in the meantime, I appreciate you watching this, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great day.